right, guys, we have the next DOKKANFEST teaser announcement, and it is KALE. Now, I know that KALE is going to be very heavily disappointing for a lot of the community. I think a lot. Listen, before anyone talks and says anything, I know. All right, KALE and Khalifa were one of probably the top 5 strongest units ever on release. I think saying they were top 5 ever is probably correct. But they were so far above the rest of the game when they came out. It was stupid. Like I remember they came out and it felt like at 55% they were stronger than everything else in the game. I feel like that was true. And people were really, really mad about how good this character was. People were really mad. So KALE does seem to be the next DOKKANFEST. So again, I would imagine that a lot of people are not going to be happy about this. What I want to look at this from the perspective of is, again, Videl got a DOKKANFEST this time slot 2 years ago. Videl got one. Literally any character can get one, right? I'm looking at teams right now. There are teams that are dead. There are teams that need help, right? KALE, to me, does buff like setups and teams that do actually need it. And that's the Universal Survival Saga, right? Don't forget that Blue Kaioken Goku right now, even though he does need reps of Universe 7 to do the Spirit Bomb, he only needs a Universal Survival Saga enemy to guard. Why don't I pull him up? This guy is one of the most explosive units in the game, one of the best units in the game. He guards with the Universal Survival Saga category ally in the same turn. So, and Tournament of Power really needs to be buffed. If we take a look at the Tournament of Power category, the last new character was Hit and God Goku. So, it was time to return to the Tournament of Power. Like, it's not even like this is a stretch. It's just this does feel very shitty because it's like villains are in a pretty rough spot, but there's still plenty of time. The reason this is good is because I was thinking that Golden Week was going to be UI Goku and Jiren, which the reason that would have been a little bit of a negative is they would have given Jiren one of the villain DOKKANFEST spots. Because this Tournament of Power is April Fool's Day DOKKANFEST this year. Probably, maybe we'll get Baby and Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something for Golden Week, right? Something like that. So that's going to be good. Now, I guess let's go ahead and take a look at KALE. So, KALE actually... Okay, again, here's the thing. Maybe I'll be one of the only people saying this, but KALE has a lot of animations they can pull from the Tournament of Power. One, I remember it was an infamous episode where KALE goes into her Berserk form right here, and she trashes Blue Goku, but it wasn't a big deal to me because Blue Goku, like, he gets thrown around, but he very clearly takes 0 damage from it, right? Like, the episode ends, and Goku is, like, no cuts, no damage closed, no blood, nothing. Goku's completely fine. It's like, oh, it's like, he's fine, right? Like, he took nothing from that. And people were losing their mind at KALE trashing Blue Goku, though. I think that the DOKKANFEST probably should be Berserk KALE. I mean, dude, look at KALE. Base KALE, I don't know if I could call her pretty good anymore. It's like she does guard, but people need to understand guard alone doesn't cut it. I don't think this KALE is really going to be that good because her guard she does guard, but her defense is too low. She stacks, but she's stacking slow. She stacks attack and defense. So this is the type of defensive character that got power crept by the red zone. A guard or damage reduction character with, low defense or low damage reduction is just not going to hold up. So like KALE is not gonna, this KALE is not gonna get it done, right? But I mean, her and Tech Khalifa, I mean, I don't know, could they get easy A's? They came out in Well, I mean, I guess they came out along with STR Kefla. I think they're probably. We'll talk about the easiest in 2 seconds. It's probably going to be Jiren, but we'll talk about it in 2 seconds. So we have base Kale, Berserk Kale, and Super Saiyan 2 Kale. We don't have a Super Saiyan 1 Kale. Yeah, Kale does. I mean, again, people aren't going to want to hear this. So, like, is it really, like, that upsetting that Kale's getting one? I mean, look, Kale hasn't gotten much, right? Like, it's just, maybe if we had just gotten, like, you know, like, oh, like, you know, the 200% leader DOKKANFEST Goku Black just dropped, right? And Super 17 didn't have a wonky kit and stuff like that. Things would work a little bit better, but okay, so I think it'll probably be Berserk Kale. I don't know if she'll be transforming or what. That could change a lot. Now keep in mind that Berserk Kale is kind of weird. It's like they do treat Berserk Kale similar to Broly's Legendary Super Saiyan, in that they don't count as the Super Saiyan category, right? Which is stupid. So it's like Broly gets Legendary Existence and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Kale just gets Power Beyond Super Saiyan. I do hate that they're not. They should just be on Super Saiyan, I think, Super Saiyans. So that does kind of suck, because Super Saiyans could certainly use this. So we have Universal Survival Saga, Pure Saiyan, Universe 6. Oh, Exploding Rage. That's a wow. Yeah, damn. Exploding Rage is going to get another buff. Kale doesn't have. Oh my god, please do not give. No. Do not give her Berserker, dude. Tournament of Power, Saiyan Lineage, Wars Universe 6, Prepared for Battle. Yeah, wow. Like, this probably would be her link set. Like, she would have. So this would be Fierce Battle. This real, like, if this is the character, this probably is going to just be her link set. Oh my god, alright. Yeah, this is where the Universe 6 girls got massively power buffed by the link level update, because it's just like she has 80 key links here. It can be good, but sure. So I'm thinking that this Berserk Kale attacks a lot. She does a lot throughout the Tournament of Power, right? So I do think that we could see her. Maybe I would assume this is just going to be the Dokkan Fest, but it certainly could be a Kale that transforms into it, or it could be an intro. But keep in mind, Kale has all of those Broly references, right? Like, that's the whole thing with Kale in the Tournament of Power, is she was just Broly nostalgia, right? Like, they redid so many of Broly's attacks. And I you know, like, when she attacks Kabe and stuff like that, I do expect a lot of that is going to be represented in this card. Again, I think that buffing the Universal Survival Saga right now is good. I'm okay with this, but again, we do need to get villains. Like we do need villains. It's less dire straits than a lot of people think about, because I still don't think we're seeing major power creep anytime soon. So it's not like the villains. I mean, I guess technically, yeah, we are. Time runs out because we are getting closer to new content every day that passes, but I don't know that it's still even that close. So, like, some of these villain teams with, like, you know, there's a couple of good, like, cells, but, like, they need, like, a real cell to show up, right? Like, Fusion Zamasu's good, but he needs, like, a true Goku Black leader. Like, there's a bunch of characters like that, right, that we need villains for. The other Kale that we have here is Super Saiyan 2 Kale. I guess Super Saiyan 2 Kale could be the Dokkan Fest. This would be cool, because the Super Saiyan 2 category, and, you know, things like Rapid Growth, Miraculous Awakening, right? There's a lot of categories here that she could help. If she does transform, like, if she's just Berserk Kale right away, there are a lot of categories she's not on. But, like, if she's, like, base first or something, you know, we're going to get stuff like Bond of Friendship, which could be pretty good. So now, lastly, let's talk about EZAs. I see people are talking about killing Khalifa. I don't know, dude. Listen. There's units that this game is not going to look very favorably upon. Tech Ultimate Gohan, this character, AGL Super Vegito, right? Like, I promise you the devs think of these units the same. I don't see this character easing right now. I could be wrong, easily. They could. But I just, this character was too good. I just feel like they want to bury this character forever. That's just what I think. So I don't know. The problem with this character, I mean, they could just give them like virtually nothing and then they're not that crazy, but they have a really strong kit even still because they stack defense on both super attack effects and they can build up dodge. And they have all these additionals and stuff in here. It's, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it. Now, in terms of range of when the EZAs could happen, I do think even STR Kefla is in range. This Kefla could EZA. It's not, like, I'm sure some people are going to say it's absurd that this character could EZA, but that's just not correct. Because on JP, Blue Kaioken Goku came out the month before Kefla, like April 2020. Like, he's April Fool's Day release from 3 years ago, right? Well, 4 years ago. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I would lean towards Jiren. Even though it's not like Universe 11 celebration, stuff like that, I'm going to assume Jiren is going to be the one that is going to EZA. Jiren is the oldest Dokkan Fest that has not EZA'd at this point. April of 2018. But I would think the main EZA character is one of these three. In order of how likely it is, I'd probably go this. I just can't see them willingly throwing this unit back, like, just throwing them back out there. Yep, KALE and Khalifa busts it again. I don't know, maybe I'm just looking at this wrong. I would have to imagine they look at this character at Akatsuki so unfavorably with how good they were, right? Like, again, them, Tech Gohan, AGL Super Vegito, like those types of characters. So, let me know what you guys think. I'm not upset that KALE's getting a Dokkan Fest. She's buffing Tournament Power, which needs it. She is a buff to Blue Kaioken Goku, right? Who you know, I mean, I don't want to say he needs it, but he could use it. It is just still continued. We do need villain characters. That's all. So the one major thing is we need villains. So let me know what you guys think of KALE. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.